We're live to tape.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We're never going to get started.
Pre-recorded online. It's Saturday night.
What did I tell you? Okay. It is... Welcome back. God damn.
We're not even doing anything.
Apparently, we might need to fill that extra 10 minutes so we can start at a proper length time.
Apparently, just saying we're live to tape is just a slow release, like a multi-stage explosion.
Okay. Welcome back to Stardust RPG Into the Vast. I am William, and I am your game master for this D&D 5th edition science fantasy campaign. Joining me today, we have Craig.
Hi, I'm playing Dr. Gerhard Wieder, the undead barbarian.
And Cody.
I'm Cody. I'm playing Cardon Droya, the Kardash monk.
And Lark. And Sam. I don't know why I said Lark.
Because
it's your Discord name.
Yeah.
Because it's been me forever and it'll be me till the end of time. I'm playing Herschel, the alchemist artificer, legally distinct from Groot, don't at me, Marvel lawyers.
Artificer?
Yeah. How do you say it?
Artificer.
I think I would know.
You added an extra F in there.
He's got you there, John.
To be fair,
Artificer.
I'm pretty certain artificer is actually an accurate pronunciation of the word. I dislike it, but it is an accurate pronunciation.
Artificer has an extra F and an S in it.
No,
There's only one F.
It's just got the emphasis on the wrong syllable. It's not actually an extra letter.
I love that. It's like, you're technically right, but go fuck yourself.
Well, now I'm never going to know how to pronounce it. Thanks.
I've heard it
Just
both ways.
Just say person who makes shit.
Oh, I put the mud in the bottles and make y'all drink it. It happens.
And John.
I'm John. I'm playing Dorak, the Chronergy wizard. I sometimes stumble over words, but my ADHD won't let me stop talking, but my brain won't reset fast enough to say the word.
Don't preach to the man who just said artificer.
And Andrew.
Hello, I'm Andrew, and I'm playing Mark 7, the Warforged Buccaneer Captain. My pronunciation is impeccable.
We're off to a hell of a start. Okay.
Just set up Mark 7 for catastrophic pronunciation failure later on.
I mean, I'm going to have to roll some deception checks later, I bet.
When last we left off,
Did
we
we
had
ever
just
leave
been
off?
setting up. Damn it, motherfucker! I will drop rocks on your entire party.
It's okay, I can handle
Also,
that.
John's, I think, is in driving distance. He can just come over there and fucking gank you.
I have many swords in my home. Please come.
I gave you at least one of those.
One of
Cain,
the
Abel, settle down.
one of the 30.
Okay.
Huh.
When last we left off, Cardon Droya had been set up in an interrogation room alongside Lyra, your newest companion, to interrogate the sergeant of the squad of Nocturnian soldiers who had come to search Legion Stand for you. So we rejoin them there.
Ignore the view of the yard that the audience has.
No, we're doing this out in the street. No.
just drag him behind the shed, tie it to a tree.
All right.
All right, motherfucker.
All right. believe she cast something like a cure wounds to wake him up, or did we just like dump water on him to wake him
No,
up?
she dumped water on him.
Okay,
Gonna waste a spell on this guy.
that makes
Spell
sense.
slot, yeah.
All right, so kind of walks up to him, sets his sword off to the side of the room. Is the door behind us shut?
Yes,
Is it like wooden, metal?
it is metallic.
Okay. Just turn to Lyra and say, "You can take his restraints off if you don't mind." I don't know why I just turned into Ithram.
Need to pick an accent for this character?
I didn't plan on having one.
You might want one. You're just gonna
All
turn
right.
into Ithram. Yeah, Lyra looks up at you for a second and seems to like glean your intention for a minute, and she's just kind of grins a little maliciously and walks around behind the guard, and he kind of struggles for a second as he's like afraid of what she's going to do, and then finds the restraints falling off of his arms. He sort of brings his hands out from behind his back and kind of rubs his wrist, looks up at you.
I'm going to ask you some questions, but first, I'd like to learn a little bit about you and also share a little bit about myself. He kind of gestures at his entire outfit and takes his helmet off, or takes his mask off. Says, "You can probably tell we're not from here. We're from a different planet in space. We probably haven't been there from what I've learned about this place. What I used to do would not probably be in a favorable light to if my companions learned about it, but they probably will eventually. I'm going to share the worst thing I've ever been a part of, and I want you to share the worst thing you've ever been a part of, and then I'm going to ask you some questions, and you're going to answer them truthfully, and I'm going to like just touch his shoulder real quick and use Hands of Healing. So that's supposed to be a D6. Now that I'm level 5. So he heals 5 hit points. And you're going to answer them truthfully, and I'll know if you're lying.
He looks up at you.
Yeah. So the worst thing I've ever been a part of. Have you ever seen a spaceship?
No.
Imagine it as a large ship, obviously, that floats around in a void, where on the outside of the hull, there's absolutely nothing. No air, no heat, no nothing. My old job, before I was set on a better path, was piracy. I have vented entire crews because the ransom that we would get from their crew wasn't enough to cover the fuel to drop them off on the nearest planet. I'm not proud of it. Your turn.
He just looks around the room. I don't want to answer that.
That wasn't an option. We're getting to know each other.
Let's see how dumb this guy is.
Well, he's a Nazi, so
Only Mark 7 knows that.
oh no, the rest of us were in there too, or some of us were in there.
Oh, yeah, some of you guys were. Cardon
He
was not, though.
maintains he maintains enough good sense to realize that if you let go of his restraints, it's probably not because he has an actual chance of escaping here.
Well, at least he's got that going for him.
It's only because he rolled a 19.
Yeah, I saw.
It wouldn't have taken much lower for him to try and bolt. So he kind of looks up. I mean, I can't say that I've done anything too egregious. You don't have to roll to know that that's a lie.
Yeah. I'm not trying to do any damage. I slap him. I say, don't lie.
Roll me an athletics check just to see how
Alright.
good it is.
All right. 10.
Average. You're not trying to break his jaw, so.
No.
Okay.
Remember I said I'd be able to tell if you lied.
Do you have a rough count of how many ships you've cleared out?
Cleared out? Like that? Maybe 4. It was a long time ago.
I don't have a rough count of how many buildings I've had to kick down on orders from my higher ups.
All right. Well then, let's get on to the questions. You were part of a larger group. How many of you were there?
I mean, you killed everybody else that was here with me.
Not that group. The one from the camp that you were part of.
Too many for you to deal with.
That's not the question I asked. I want numbers.
Roll me intimidation. You can use your strength if you want to.
I mean, it's only one better. So I'll just roll intimidation and then add 1. 14.
Okay, not bad. We've got 3 squads. 2 regular, 1 riot. Sorry, 1 regular squad, 1 riot squad, and a detachment of 2 hybrid troopers.
1 reg, 1 riot. And then what was it?
Ah, so
A
that's what.
detachment of 2 hybrid troopers.
Ah, so that's where the riot cops were.
What are they armed with?
Standard spec gear.
Insight check. Because
Roll
even though,
insight.
all right, 14. God damn it! I'm rolling shit.
See how he does. Let me pull up the monster blocks. My homebrew creations. You're talking to a Nocturne Elite Trooper. Let me tell you how good he is at deception. Ha!
Oof.
Ah, damn
He's
it.
hard to read, mostly because you're pretty certain he's just kind of looking at past your shoulder and trying not to look at you.
Yeah. All right, 1 second. Sorry, my headphones are telling me to charge them, so I had to plug it into the
Mhm.
computer. All right. Where are your closest reinforcements?
Back at camp.
Reinforcements to the camp. Don't play dumb. Don't.
About 2 days out by ATV.
Where is the camp?
You know, if I told you that, they'd just kill me.
Well, you have a choice then. You die here, or you wait until maybe they find you, and then they kill you for something we'll do anyways. We already have a good. I think they're working on that upstairs, actually. I think they might have a good idea, or at least a way to get a general area. But, I mean, could just make this faster for all of us.
To be honest, friend, Lyra says, sort of coming around to the front of him, we're going to find them anyway, and if you're good and you answer the questions, she says, sort of looking him in the eyes, you can maybe get out of this with your life. Needs to roll a wisdom roll. Damn.
Ha! Magic doesn't work either.
He just kind of
You just have to
looks
have the
up at
right
her
magic.
and shakes his head.
Yeah.
She kind of scowls for a second, looks up at you, shrugs. Honestly, we don't need too much more out of him. We'll probably be able to find their camp anyway.
All right, then. Hands back in the manacles.
So put their hands. She puts their hands back in the manacles and make sure they're secured to the chair again. We'll let the general have whatever questions he has for you as well, and maybe he'll get you to talk where we couldn't.
I do have one more question. No. In your own opinion, what would be the bigger mercy here? Leaving you alive to face whatever judgments you may, up to death, or leaving you alive so that you might change and understand where you've gone wrong.
He just kind of looks at you. Doesn't matter what I would want to do myself. It's just a matter of time before somebody finds me and puts me to an end even worse than anything you could come up with.
I'm sure I'm not very inventive. But okay, then. I'll walk over, pick up my sword, and head out up the stairs.
Lyra shrugs, walks back up the stairs after you.
All right.
Are we in a position to see them coming out?
Probably.
Mark 7 at least would be, since they were speaking with the Lord General.
Unless any of you had anywhere else to be.
Not
Herschel and
particularly,
I
no.
were working somewhere, but I'm not sure where that is in relation to this.
I assume somewhere indoors, probably in
Generally.
the same building. Yeah.
So, most of you can see and or hear the door to the holding cells open and then shut again as Cardon and Lyra emerge from downstairs.
Do you anything useful?
Numbers, what they're armed with, and when their closest reinforcements to the camp are.
And that would be?
3 squads, same basic armaments that they carried. The nearest reinforcements are 2 days out by vehicle. They have 1 regular squad, 1 riot squad, and 2 hybrid troops, whatever those are.
Well, considering who we're talking about, likely the hybrid troops would be troops who have been enforced with fiendish essence.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that he was not forthcoming about that we would like to know before heading out?
I asked him where the camp was and didn't want to share that, but
That
I
is
didn't
not
press
a
too hard.
concern. I have pinpointed the location of the Imperial camp.
Oh, well done, Captain.
Then
It
we were
is
right when we
a-
said we probably didn't need his help.
It is a now disused farmstead near a river. I have the coordinates.
Very well. Then is there anything else for which we need this captive?
Oh. I'm certain the
Oh
good
God, you've gotten web all over me.
All right. Yep. Nope. I'll pick that up.
Accidentally
I'm
opened
certain
up the
the good
Pringles
Lord-
cannon and just all went.
I'm certain the good Lord Odano will have some use for it.
But yes, of course. I was only suggesting that we could let Lord Adano know that we have finished with our inquiries, unless there's anything else that you feel we should ask before doing so.
I look over at Odano, who is in the room with us.
Yeah. And he sort of looks over across the group of you. Well, I can certainly make use of him. I'm sure he's got at least a little bit more information that I can make use of, if nothing else. And I'll pry it out of him one way or another.
Very good. Probably the less we know of this, the better then, yeah?
I would agree.
Hmm.
Very well. Then, to the best of my recollection, we are to depart soon, yes?
Lyra looks at the rest of you and
We wanted to get
shifts her form into that of one of the guard sergeant again.
Yes, let me get dressed then, and I will pull on. Actually, she needs to have the broken helmet too.
Which was
Oh.
the sergeant's helmet.
Yeah. Actually, no. Wait. Hang on. Sorry. Was she going to be in a sergeant, or was I going to be in the sergeant's outfit?
I thought we fixed the helmet.
No, the helmet still looks broken,
Okay.
which is why we're going to
I-
have which is why we're going to have someone
Mark
else
7, run
Mark
comms.
Mark 7 able to communicate, because the sergeant's helmet looks broken, and Mark 7 can
Yeah.
be someone who wouldn't be looked at as closely as a sergeant.
Vider can also at least communicate on the circuit, and we did.
I believe the plan had been to have Lyra in the guise of a sergeant because she can actively take on the appearance of said sergeant and thus not have to wear the helmet.
Right.
That's my recollection.
Got it. Right, yeah.
I
Yeah,
have taken mending since level up, so we could just fix the helmet if we wanted to, run through this plan again.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, I think
we
we're
don't
good.
need to get very
I'm
far
not
into
worried
their
about it.
camp before we start murdering them.
Yeah, they're gonna notice.
So yeah, I will get into one of the other soldier uniforms then.
Which class?
First class, obviously.
Unfortunately, there's not a uniform for first class.
Exactly. Well, actually, there is a
mean,
uniform for first class.
There
It's just
is. None of them but Angeal and Zach ever wore it.
the generic first class wore it because there were generic
They were-
first class. They were never meant. They never got names, and they weren't relevant. They were just mobs that you killed in actual Final Fantasy VII before they extrapolated out what first class meant. But there were generic first class.
I was just going to say, what the hell are you guys talking about?
Final Fantasy VII.
Same TBH.
Once you got into Crisis Core, the only first class soldiers were Zach, Angeal, and the rest of the.
And also the
Genova project.
there was also the tutorial guide. The first class uniform is black, basically. It's the black variant of everything else.
Yeah.
There was a tutorial first class soldier other than them. And that was the only one. But anyways.
I probably need to at least put on some manner of this Imperial armor.
You're gonna merge with it,
yeah.
right?
I mean, can I just wear? I can just wear it over the
Yes.
top of everything else, and it
You-
doesn't contribute to my AC
Yeah,
or anything.
if you don't want to contribute it to your AC, you can just put it on.
Yeah, I think I will do that so that I can get rid of it
Especially
quickly.
because the outfit, looking at it, the outfit is not like armor plating all over the place. Most of the armor is around the chest and the shoulders and in
Yeah,
Now, I was
so-
trying to look at our speeder close. Does it have a trunk?
It has some manner of storage capacity.
Yeah, it has a little bit of storage. It is basically a trunk, and not on a
Okay.
big car, but it is a trunk.
Think I could squeeze into the trunk?
Probably not, Tree Man.
Didn't we establish
Maybe-
that Herschel was of an appropriate size to
Well,
be able to?
Herschel and Cardon are going to be our captives.
Oh, that's right. We're gonna
We're
be
bringing
yes.
we're bringing the captives that we were looking for back to base.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
In their speeder, because that's what we found. Because they were literally here to find us and our speeder.
Right.
So,
So if we get brought back and the speeder gets brought back, oh,
yeah, exactly.
you guys are in for promotion or something.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing.
So,
Also, William, I'm sending you because I updated Durok's outfit and forgot to update everything else, so I'm doing that now. So I'm sending this to you in Slack.
we'll get to that after this session,
Yeah,
probably.
no, I know. I'm just sending you token things.
But yeah, so
Because I can update the overlay on the fly.
anyway, I'm assuming you all get in your speeder and you make your way towards the coordinates that you.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that seems
Yeah.
the best course of action.
So,
I am sitting in the front.
Would this-
So I'm sitting in the front seat, or actually probably in like the middle seats, facing backwards towards Herschel and Cardon, who are our prisoners in the back.
Are we in the backpack?
Yeah, in the backpack. And I'm just sort of holding one of the guns, but not very well, clearly, because I have no idea how to use their guns.
I turn the safety on.
Probably
I reach forward and you just see a click.
I thought I had that on.
so you
That
realize the
is-
trigger is now impossible to pull. Guess you didn't.
I'm glad you didn't test that.
No intention of firing this thing. So
Well, I was a bit worried just because of how you were holding it, and this is as smooth as it is. We have hit bumps.
fair.
Yeah, that seems
Uh,
the sort of thing that should not leave up to fate.
Out of curiosity, William, is there any way that I could wear this as a uniform without wearing the armor in it that would limit my ability to cast spells, i.e., make it impossible for me to cast spells?
I will say yes. You will not benefit from the armor, and you will wear the outfit cosmetically. And
Okay.
because the outfit is very clearly designed with a mixture of like uniform and armor, I will say you could just not benefit from its armor and wear it as an outfit, as a disguise. I would not say you could do that with something that was more like a suit of full plate,
Yeah.
but in this particular case, with this kind of outfit, you can.
Yeah, I was hoping the outfit was loose enough that I could get away with secretly just removing, because it's one of those outfits where like the armor plating is underneath the uniform kind of thing. Is what it looks like. So
Yeah, well, and the armor plating would have to be replaceable with goons of this quality. I mean, you'd replace the armor plate and then put it on a new dude.
I'm just thinking of the I'm just thinking of I just finished catching up on the second season of The Mandalorian, and I'm just thinking like how easy it is to break stormtrooper armor.
Oh, let's not get into that because I could talk about that for hours.
Please don't. Haven't seen it yet.
Not going to.
Oh, not The Mandalorian. I'm in the same boat as you. But no, Star Wars nerdery runs deep.
Just talking
how
about
Just specifically stormtroopers and their armor,
and how useless the most stormtrooper.
You're poking this bear. It's a very interesting topic. I'm restraining myself.
Let's not do that today. We have a game to play.
Yes. Anyway, so
Long story short, 80s are over. It's the 90s now. We're taking the shoulder pads out of the shoulders.
That's right.
Well, leave the shoulder pads in. Just all removing the armor reinforcements in the tunic.
All right, Sigourney Weaver.
Shoulder pads are great. Thank you very much. And being compared to Sigourney Weaver is an honor.
Of course,
Yeah, I'll take Sigourney Weaver any day.
just not her outfit. But you know what? This is another deep hole that I'm prepared to go down. Let's move on from 80s fashion.
As it turns out, we're all prepared to go down some deep holes.
That
Want
is
to take that one again, William?
No, I don't.
No.
The point.
No, he drove straight towards that one.
that is my go-to after all.
Anywho,
So there's a speeder, right?
Would this drive qualify as a short rest, possibly?
I will say yes.
Gosh, I was gonna push for a long rest. If their reinforcements were 2 days out, you know what I mean? I could do some spells.
I think the problem was we didn't have enough time. Correct?
Oh, I know.
Yeah, we wanted
There's
to
never
get-
enough time.
We wanted to get to their base before they realized that the squad we're impersonating are not coming back, so that we can get the jump on them rather than they getting the jump on us.
Yeah, rather than them being upset that we're late. Yeah, no, I get it.
We want them to be upset that we're here.
Yes.
So
Right.
a few hours pass, which is enough for a short run. And eventually, those of you who are wearing the helmets hear the crackle and buzz of a comm unit coming alive as you hear a gruff voice come over the comms. Squad 4, what do you have to report coming back?
I immediately adopt the impersonation I've tried previously.
All right. I'm not going to make you roll for your impersonation, but you will potentially have to roll deception for what you say.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to think of the right words right now. Didn't think of that ahead of time.
It's time to lie. Wait, I forgot about that part. Fuck.
Oh, no, this is just me being bad at words as a player.
I'd like to point out that Squad 4, that dude lied to us. Well, didn't lie to me. Lied to Cardon.
No, you said
One
there were
regu-
3 other squads. You are Squad
Yeah.
4.
Oh, I heard 1 regular, 1 riot, 2 hybrid trooper.
The 2
Yeah,
hybrid
that's
troopers
what's left.
are Squad 1.
Oh. Okay.
You don't put those hybrid troopers in a squad with anyone else, not if you don't want them eaten.
Oh, that sort of hybrid.
what other sort of hybrid after Durok posited they're probably part demon?
Well,
Maybe they're
non-gasoline
eco-friendly
engines.
hybrids.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Diesel,
I'm glad
electric.
we made the same joke.
Yeah.
Mm,
They've
Glad-
got that fun little badge on their back.
I'm glad you both got there together.
Well, we could. We took the HOV lane because we were in a hybrid.
Aha, yeah. World of Warcraft has started an update. Fuck off, World of Warcraft. I don't give a shit about your updates.
That's my jam, but I need my bandwidth right now.
Okay, so Mark 7 adopts the impersonation voice and answers. We encountered insurgents with illegal technology making their way to Legion's stand. Intercepted and detained them, but the sergeant's helmet was damaged.
All right, I'll expect the full report from the sergeant when you get back. Come on in.
Understood. We're on our way.
Sorry, I've done the mid episode overlay update, so my character art has changed in the overlay.
Do you plan to come in at a reasonable pace, or are you coming in hot? Like, are you just getting straight in there for the fight, or?
I feel like
Did we ever establish who's driving?
Mark 7.
I had been assuming Mark 7, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
as we're on the way
Wait.
in, Durok will sort of lean towards the front, and to Mark 7, we could potentially use the larger transport for cover if we want to get as close to that as possible. Also, since it's the objective, one of the bigger objectives for this, not letting them get away with it would be ideal.
since I don't entirely know if I can turn the comms off, I just nod. And change my course ever so slightly.
Fantastic.
Oh.
Lyra sort of looks through the helmet that you've managed to fix, even if it looks bad still, and kind of, with the telescopic vision, kind of looks over. We're kind of coming in from the wrong side of the camp for that, but if we just ram through them, we can probably put ourselves between the vehicle and them.
I'll prepare something for just such a scenario.
It seems markedly risky. Would it not be better to get in, park the speeder somewhere safe? We may have to.
This
make
thing
a
has
quick
guns,
exit.
doesn't it?
The guns are
You can
useful,
all
yes.
feel the speed. You can all feel the speeder pick up the pace a little bit.
I
As I
cast mage
shift
armor on
into a-
myself.
As I
Hang on,
move
hang
into
on, I-
higher gear.
I didn't get a gun pointed me in the back seat for nothing. Hang on.
Shoot.
Can't we at least try? Do we not even try?
Yeah, it would seem to go in guns blazing. literally
Surely
in
we-
this case.
If we park the speeder, we park it next to the other speeder, right? There's no... That's not weird.
Mark 7, what are you going for? Guns blazing or try and park?
I'm going in guns blazing.
All right.
God.
Yeah, I think we actually skipped this entire part of the plan. We just got to
Yeah.
we'll get to the camp.
I put on my robe and wizard hat. Let's go.
And we offered ourselves as fake prisoners for no other reason.
Yeah.
Are you intending to plow through as many of them as you possibly can when you get into the camp?
I mean, I think it could help.
Just
All
know
right.
if you hit them, there will be no more complaining about who put what scratch
Ooh.
where on this speeder.
Oh,
Hang on.
this is. I mean, yeah. But in all
Has-
fairness, you've also
Um,
put mayonnaise in my speeder.
Who had? Where are the guns? Are they part of the steering apparatus, or is it?
They
a
are.
separate
They can be operated by the driver or the co-pilot, who is currently Lyra.
thing? Okay.
I will
I need to make a roll.
pass this gun over to Dr. Vider, or Veter. Dr. Veter. I will pass this gun over to Dr. Veter. I will pull out from one of my various pouches a bit of licorice. I will
Are you sharing?
no. I will bite it off. Roll the remains in my hand. Reach over and grab Mark 7 by the shoulder and say "Salutaire movibitur" as I cast haste on Mark 7.
Ooh.
Ooh.
All right. Well, Mark 7, make me a vehicle, a land vehicles check with advantage because you're hasted with your dexterity.
Alright, so this is going to be a flat dexterity roll. I don't have proficiency in land vehicles.
Well, you don't get disadvantage for not having proficiency. You just don't get to add your proficiency bonus to it.
Yep, so flat dexterity.
What kind of gun did you just give the party's sharpshooter, by the way?
So you get advantage on this, yeah.
12.
12, nice.
I don't know what kind of gun did I just give. Did I just give Veter, William?
You gave him an assault rifle.
There you go.
Well, he's never going to need that.
Ho ho ho! Now I have a machine gun.
It's got the safety on, so I can't wait for him to try to fire it without turning it off.
Now, Peter, I think, unlike Durak, has actually gone to gun ranges and knows what he's doing.
Yeah, you specifically have the machine gun martial ranged weapon from the Stardust Compendium.
Excellent. All right.
I have also commandeered one of those.
Which is also the guns that are on the speeder.
Oh,
So-
convenient.
Only the guns that are on the speeder don't run out of ammo.
I just have a shotgun that I'm not proficient with.
I got a stick.
I have magic.
Let's see, I've got a pistol, a short sword, a hand crossbow, a machine gun, and a shield.
All right, so I need to. Riot Trooper,
And a shield? How many arms do
I
you
just clicked the
have?
thing. Ignore it.
Hybrid Trooper, regular Trooper.
Well, many arms, but only 2 limbs.
Mm.
So I need to make.
No, 2 arms.
No, it's,
a
arms.
robot.
Arms is also what you use to refer to
Oh.
weaponry.
Didn't realize you were missing.
I need 3 dex saves from soldiers, 2 from the riot troopers, 1 from each sergeant, and also from the hybrid troopers. So
Were they just lining up to see us come in?
no, but I
I'm
imagine,
drifting.
yeah, like Mark 7 is trying to hit as many of them as possible.
I
Yeah,
would
so,
also like to point out, for when it becomes relevant, Dr. Veter is wearing his seatbelt.
So Mark
I'm
7,
not.
pulls the Imperial helmet off, sets it down, and just says, "Hold on, everyone."
Well,
Nice.
both those
I
elite
just
troopers
yank it.
just got sideswiped.
So as we're motoring into the camp, I just yank hard on the steering and just start to drift through the camp to crush as many
Oh,
of
these
people
guys
as I
are
can.
getting fucked.
You know what
Yes.
DK stands for?
Donkey Kong?
Drift King.
I like
Oh,
mine
boy.
better.
One of the riot troopers manages to duck.
Just throws himself flat on the ground.
Now, depending on how undisciplined these troopers are, this could just be a normal speeder coming in anyway. You know, just doing fishtails in the parking lot and all that jazz.
Okay, so one of the regular troopers and one of the riot troopers managed to duck. The only people left to roll are the hybrid troopers. Let's see how they fare.
They flipped the car.
They don't. They don't.
One of them just
They don't
grabs it.
dodge. They just. Yeah. They.
One of them just grabs it and says no.
You what, mate?
Oh,
It
yeah,
actually
apparently yes. Oh, no.
The rolls are getting better.
Okay.
Huh.
Who gave you your
That one-
license?
Hang on, that one
As
did a
they
strength
stop you.
save.
The
I
strength
mean,
save
you
is
guys mentioned
very...
him stopping the car, so
Oh no, I gave him ideas.
I'm gonna need you to roll me. God,
So,
what speed? are
hey,
you moving at?
question, William.
Yes.
By the time one of them stops the car, could I get all of them in a cone?
No, because of the scattering that you've just done with all of these things.
Damn it.
It's not a Bollywood movie.
It could be.
It's
You know what? Yeah, this is probably approximate to being hit by rubble in a collapsing tunnel. So roll me 4d10.
Is the one that stopped the car physically wearing armor?
You'll get a look.
Ooh.
22 on the 40-10.
You just kill anybody. You just killed all of the Empire troopers that didn't dodge. You killed the riot trooper that didn't dodge. You did not kill the elite trooper. You did not kill the elite riot trooper. Okay.
Now this is pod racing.
All the grunts that didn't duck are dead.
Because I'd like to shake the hand of the man that caught the car with lightning.
And to this one, nicely by the way. So I'm going to
Mark 7 just yell, "These brakes are horrible."
I briefly adopt the impersonation voice I had. Sorry about that.
Make a deception/drive roll.
So
It's the first time they've let me behind the wheel. I'm guessing it's the last.
William had 2 weeks to prepare for this fight, and yet we still caught him unawares.
to be fair, it was my character speaking up that made you do this. So
So whose fault is it?
Don't
What
worry
did we
about it.
learn?
Nothing, I guess.
Yeah.
No, I was talking to William.
So I need everyone to roll initiative as the land speeder comes careening in, and you see one of the riot troopers, the one with the bright red armor that marks him out as a sergeant, likely carrying this massive spiked riot shield and a shock baton in his offhand, looks over as the speeder comes in and just, oh shit! And everyone starts to scatter and try and run. As Mark 7 just spins the wheel and it just does a massive fishtail that clips most of the group as it comes by. Anyone who's played Final Fantasy VII Remake, remember when Cloud just kind of drives a motorcycle through a group of Shinra soldiers?
Oh yeah,
Kind of like that.
there are more of them alive than I thought there would be based on your reactions.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't click my guy first.
But as the thing careens, the two that are in the back that are different from the rest are these sort of kind of vaguely hunched, almost in like a simian stance, as their bodies, they're not built like a giant gorilla, but they have almost that leaned forward stance with their arms kind of dragging down near their ankles, and their bodies are wrapped in these tight blue bodysuits that are form fit to them, and their hands are clamped with these massive metal claw gauntlets, and their heads are encased in these steel helmets with a single glowing red eye.
William, we
And
need
as Mark 7 crashes down towards them, one of them just leaps over the thing and lands off to the side, completely unfazed by it. And the other one just puts both of these clawed hands out and catches the speeder, and it just kind of, the tail end lifts into the air for a second before crashing back down as the speeder grinds to a halt.
So we need a turn order, by the way, William.
Yes, give me one second. Turn order is on, and I'm going to clear it real quick. And add all of you on your turns.
Yeah, I got 2 above pi.
Again, with I have a +7 to my initiative roll, and I got a 10.
I mean, brag about it, man. Some of us are sitting here in single-digit land.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, but I'm only barely above single-digit land.
Eh.
Go ahead and fill your stuff in while I roll initiative for these guys.
I want to go ahead of these guys so I can kill a bunch of them in one go.
Me too, with my new machine gun.
You will kill none of them in one go.
I put in a 5, but it did not You'll have to adjust me, I'm sure.
No. I can
No,
see
it's
the
up there.
Herschel. I can see
Yeah, I
Herschel.
can see it.
1 4. 4 for Lyra.
Yes, send in the clowns.
Well, that's just reminded me of a horrifying thing from another campaign I'm in.
We just bust out of this
Oh
car.
God, is it about clowns?
Yeah. There was a carriage that if you did the first part of shaving a haircut on the door, a number of clown clones arrived.
Yes.
That would be
good.
when I leave the campaign.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
like we.
Oh, Mordenkainen's magnificent taxi.
Yes.
This now
yes.
exists in
I'm
Grand
back in.
Terra somewhere. It's just like
I'm gonna
it's,
dispel that shit.
no. It's just it's like a regular carriage, but you open up the door and get in, and it's a palace.
Oh, that would actually be pretty fucking dope.
Okay, so I was going to say something about my big stupid mouth, but that's actually okay.
Yeah, no, like it's on the outside it's just a normal carriage, but on the inside it's like a hotel or something like that. So it's like you spend the entire ride in luxurious comfort.
That's just called
Like,
a van.
Yeah. I was gonna say, what are those live-in vans?
Well, it's
Jag
The
carpet.
school bus conversion.
It's
Yeah.
a land cruise.
it's yeah, yes, exactly.
Mordenkainen's Land Cruiser.
Big B's Magic RV.
Mordenkainen's vehicle of recreation.
Yes, it's like an RV but better. In that
Tensor's floating disc, but it has a toilet.
rather than cramming 15 people into a small metal tube that's supposedly for recreation and fun, instead you have a very small looking wooden box that on the inside is just a luxury hotel.
That's called a coffin.
Full,
You're just
full,
describing a TARDIS.
full. Exactly, yes. Like I'm talking about full scale and everything. Like,
So, at initiative 20, because for some reason the regular ass fucking troopers are going before everybody.
well, that's what
Because
happens.
we're
When
all
you,
low, William.
that's what happens when
the
you
riot
get the
trooper
shit
stands
scared
up.
out of you.
And takes his remaining movement over here. And is going to make 2 attacks with his stun baton at Herschel.
No. Don't do that.
This guy is trying to shock a wooden person.
It's just not going to go well.
Does a 13 hit you?
No.
Does an 11 definitely doesn't hit you then?
Let me check. No.
He's hitting. The problem is he's trying to get wood
It's
to conduct
wood.
electricity, and
It's
it's not
wood. You're going to
working.
get Lichtenberg figures, I guess.
And then the trooper is all going to also stand up.
This is
Is going
convenient,
to
so I
take
don't
his
have to
position
run over to
behind
pick
the
him.
riot trooper, and is going to also shoot at Herschel.
Now bullets more effective.
You ever shot a tree?
6 misses you.
The tree doesn't seem bothered.
6 misses you.
Really doesn't seem bothered. Right through the leaves, I'm sure.
Again, they're not really missing. It's not hurting him.
It's a tree. What are you going to do?
Lyra
We need to bring slashing weapons to this fight.
is going
Whoever's
to...
on guns in this thing, that trooper goes last and is standing right in front of the guns.
Yeah, Lyra.
Yeah, that'd be Lyra or myself.
Yeah. Lyra, however, is going to look around and take stock of the situation. And she's going to lock eyes with the elite trooper, who is going to have to make a wisdom save.
Which one was that?
The one with the shield.
These two.
Oh no, that
The one with the,
those-
no, not the hybrid trooper. The one with
Oh.
the shotgun.
Those are the hybrids. Ah,
Yeah.
the shield guy. All right.
No,
I
the
thought that
regular
was the
elite
riot
trooper,
trooper.
Not the elite riot trooper. The regular elite.
Ah, jeez.
So if you
Yes,
look
I
at the
know.
icons,
Could we have named them like Greg or something?
the riot troopers are this one. The regular
And the elite
troopers.
and the elite riot trooper is this one.
Yeah. And the
And then
All
this
right.
regular trooper is this guy.
yeah.
And the 2 elite troopers are these 2.
Okay.
Sergeants, I bet.
They're
Yes.
all distinctly different. All you need to know is red is better than not red.
Yes, basically.
All right. The more zoomed out their icon is, the badder they are.
Yes,
He
exactly.
fails his wisdom save.
The more zoomed out they are, the
He's
more the
50.
details matter.
Yeah.
Whereas the close-ups are just like
it is
these
a
don't.
DC 15 wisdom save, and this guy rolled a 14. So as Lyra looks him in the eyes, he kind of goes slack for a minute and just kind of stares at her as he has been charmed.
This is the north one.
Yes.
Okay.
The one that now has a heart symbol on it.
Oh, there it is.
And she says,
Oh.
"You want to protect us. We're your friends. Get rid of them."
Just have him move into cone range, please.
Dr. Veter.
Veter will. Let's see. This is the one that's charmed.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Veter will
Punch that one.
Let's see. Remind. This is open topped. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Veter will stand up and sort of say, "Pardon me, Herschel, if you don't mind," and will lean forward and open fire at this guy.
It's like rest the gun on like a notch in Herschel's like
Yeah.
canopy.
I am not a gun stand. I am not a gun stand.
I'm gonna make the roll because it's the same bonus as my pistol.
Oh, speaking of things that
Years.
treat me like an object, where's your bird?
Oh, yeah.
So
on
that-
my
I would assume that hits.
Yes,
Fine.
20 does indeed hit.
8 points of damage,
All right.
and then I would
He
like to
ducked,
scatter
so
scatter
he did not
effect.
do it previously, so he does take the damage there, though.
To be fair, Shersha treats everyone like a object, so
Another 20 for the guy next to him, thanks to scatter.
All right, so you're going to use the burst fire.
Yeah. 7 points of damage.
Oh no, you're using the shotgun. Okay, yeah.
No, I'm using the machine gun. It has scatter.
No, it has burst fire, which is a different.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Which one am I looking at then?
The shotgun has scatter.
Okay. All right. Well, so what does burst do?
Burst fire is you can target a 10-foot cube, and everyone in the area makes a DC 15 dex save or take the weapon's damage.
Oh shoot. Okay. I'm sorry. I guess I should have done that. I didn't know it at the time. I get 2 shots. I'm just going to take those 2 shots as is.
That works.
So that's my attack action then.
also
Sorry.
does your-
I will make sure to do it. Is the machine gun the new machine gun, is it different than the one in the what was that original supplement that you had us look at?
Yeah, it's in the Stardust Compendium.
Yeah, it is different from.
Okay,
The one
I
that
think
is in
that's my fault.
Hyperlanes.
I think I pulled from the one in Hyperlanes. That's my bad.
Yes.
right,
You have the Stardust Compendium pinned in the 40 crew. So
Yeah, it's just my fault. I pulled it from the wrong place. But then that would be. I think that's my turn. Yeah.
yes. Okay, so that's 7 damage to that guy, 8 damage to that guy. Not bad. Then it is the elite riot trooper who is injured but still standing. Who will also get up from prone and walk over here.
Come
Go after
here.
Cardon.
Come here, big boy.
He's going after Cardon, which is going to be. He's going to just go with stun baton for right now because no point knocking you prone while you're inside the vehicle. 14,
That misses.
24.
So,
That'll hit.
You take 6 bludgeoning damage and 8 lightning damage.
you said it's a machine gun that he's got, William?
That Dr. Veter has?
Yeah.
Yes.
So the damage you rolled was wrong too, then, because the machine gun damage is a D6.
Yeah, I think he might have just been using the shotgun.
Actually, I was just using my pistol. Hold on. So let me just roll.
Your pistol? Why even pick up the machine gun then? Hang on.
Why does your
Yeah,
pistol do a
that's-
D8?
Because I thought it scattered.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that's
that-
definitely a shotgun profile you're looking at right there.
Yeah,
If it's
no,
scatters, that's a
shotgun.
shotgun
You
profile.
have the shotgun, not Cardon.
No, yeah,
Or-
wait, no, I thought I gave it to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Veter has the
Can I
shotgun.
just have used the shotgun then, so we don't have to retcon it?
Yes, you can just have used the shotgun. That's fine.
Fix your shit.
Peter's like, I'm comparison shopping. The baby's out for a trial.
Oh God. All right, so yeah, that's him, and then it is the elite troopers' turn. One of them is charmed, one of them is not. The one that is not going to shoot at Durak.
Why me? I'm your buddy. I'm your friend. I'm wearing your uniform.
I'm the big
Actually,
scary
he's gonna
tree.
fire a 30
Come on
foot
now.
cone since all of you are
Oh.
sitting there.
Oh no.
Hey, that's unreasonable.
Don't make me get out of here.
I'm the
It's
only
very
one that has a 30-foot cone, young man.
16. How many of you does that hit?
Nope.
No.
I think that is exactly my AC.
AC, that hits me for sure.
My AC is currently 20 because of haste.
You should have worn that armor.
Is this an attack or
Cast
is
spells
it?
in that armor. I'm wearing
It
mage
is an
armor.
attack roll.
Mage armor makes my
Okay.
AC 16.
Oh, then
Oh.
I think
Any of you who has an AC of 16 or less takes 8 ballistic.
Ow.
Okay.
I'm gonna attempt to intercept.
Also,
The
that shoots my bird
attacks.
who dies.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
was that a
so I'm
shotgun
gonna
that got blasted at us?
Bye, Saoirse.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna attempt to intercept some of that for Durak. So I just need to roll D10 plus proficiency. 5 points. So you only take 3 points.
Yay.
So as the shotgun blast fires, Cardon just reaches over at you, Durak, and just grabs you by the shoulder and yanks you down to the deck, but not quite fast enough to save you from all of the shot, but enough. You only get scraped.
Meanwhile, there's just an explosion of feathers.
Yeah. Shorsa. It was that cartoon thing where he yanked down too fast, and Shorsa was just sitting there floating for a second, and then just
Yeah.
And then there's just more feathers than you expect.
Yeah, there's no blood because there's a fey creature, so most of it just goes away in smoke, but just a lot of feathers.
Yeah.
Like the floor of the speeder now has a new carpet.
mayonnaise and feathers. Mayonnaise and feathers.
And then Mark 7, it's your turn.
I
Oh, I need to make concentrations. Hang on.
yeah.
I need to make a
just to see if
save. Well, it's not your turn
Oh.
anymore, Mark 7.
I mean, it is.
It is. You just can't do much.
Haste doesn't affect my initiative.
It doesn't affect your initiative, but you
but
can
the
no longer
haste
take
spell has gone away
Oh.
from you, which has an
There's a,
effect.
there's a drawback for when the haste spell ends.
Yeah,
What
needed to
an-
lead with that.
When the spell ends,
What
the
an
target,
interesting discussion we had.
when the spell ends, the target can't move or take actions until after its next turn as a wave of lethargy sweeps over it.
All right.
Sorry. I didn't mean to get shot.
I mean, if it were me, I would just not gotten shot.
I mean,
Yeah.
you did
Yeah,
not
really.
get shot.
Shield spell per chance.
That's exactly what I did. I just didn't get shot. You should try doing that.
What was that, William?
Mark 7, what's wrong? Are you
Did happen to
paralyzed?
have the shield spell, for instance?
Are you paralyzed by regret of your poor decision to smash the car into the base?
Oh, I do. Hang on. Can we rewind like 3 seconds and have me cast shield like a not an idiot?
Yeah. Would you like to use that interception on somebody else who would have gotten shot? Which I believe would be Dr. Veter.
Yeah, he's the only one close enough. Do you want me to
Yeah.
reroll or just use the 5?
Yeah, you save Veter from 5 damage instead of Durak.
All right.
Never mind.
Thank you
It's your
for,
turn, Mark 7. You're still hasted.
Thank you for reminding him about shield, William.
Okay. Okay, just heads up, everybody. I am down to 62 hit points, so probably
That's
gonna be
Ooh.
Time.
Oh,
time
no.
to start
Um,
worrying.
I'm out of
shove-
slots, but we can get you a health potion. Oh,
I
next
sh-
round. Yeah.
Yeah, just hurry the fuck up, whatever it
I
takes.
would like to shove. I would like to shove Dr. Veter under the bus.
Yeah,
All right.
you can make a ranged weapon attack if you're proficient with an assault rifle or anything similar. You can add your proficiency bonus. The mounted assault gun does a D10 if you decide to shoot it.
Well, I am not going to do that because I have the potential to get 4 attacks out if I use my regular weapons.
I mean, you can use it like your regular weapons. Like it's just a weapon
Oh.
that's mounted on the sphere.
And do they swivel? Who can I target with them?
I mean, there
You
is a
can
guy
target
right in front.
basically anybody in the front 3 axes. Like if you are you familiar with how war games mark the axes of a vehicle?
You have a cone originating
Uh,
from right in front of the driver, basically.
Yep. Yeah,
Well, you
I
can
remember
actually
from
target
back in
anywhere
day.
you can actually target anywhere in the front and side cones.
Oh,
Okay,
and side
so
cones.
I've got basically this kind of range.
Yeah, you've got everything except for if you were to draw an X through the vehicle. That like if you draw an X that goes straight to the center of the vehicle, you've got everything except for the back.
Worth noting, though, if they're machine guns, they only do a d6 of damage.
No, they do a D10.
Oh, well,
These
they're
ones,
not
the mounted
machine
guns, do a
D10.
So if I... Oh wait, hang on.
They're long
Yeah, the mounted
rifles.
assault gun does a D10 of damage, but you can only fire
if
in the front 3 arcs.
So if I do this... That didn't work how I wanted it to.
You want to that would work if the vehicle was facing the right way.
Yeah. So hang on. Let's see here. If I do...
I can just do you one better and just from,
It is a car, yes. We
and-
could just spin.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, alright.
yeah, so the
Everybody
2
has
lines that are
lines.
most accurate would be
Now it's just an anarchy symbol.
those lines. So
Yep, there we are. Okay, so
anything in the
anyone
front and side arcs, you can
okay,
hit.
so anyone except the 3 in the top right corner of the map.
Yes, except for the elite riot trooper and the 2 regular guys, you can hit.
Okay, so let me just double check thing. Okay, it's when I take the attack action. So sure. Let's see what happens. I'll start with a shot on the hybrid trooper directly in front of me.
All right.
I'll just quickly tweak because my attack bonus is +8.
How big are the hybrid troopers, out of curiosity?
They're medium sized.
But I mean, like
And
height wise.
Oh, height wise,
Fine.
they're. You know how dark troopers are played by actors who are really tall, like exclusively really tall,
Yes.
like that,
Okay,
Oh,
but they're hunched over.
gotcha. Sorry, Andrew. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just was.
oh
curious.
no, that's fine. I assume I add my dexterity to the damage.
Yes.
Okay, so I've just updated the assault gun profile to reflect my stats, and I'm sure we can just add more as we need them. So
Yeah.
fire 1. 16.
That will. Let me see. You're firing at the hybrid trooper.
Yep, the one directly in front of the guns.
That will miss.
Ooh.
oh no.
Well, then I'm gonna fire again.
That'll
That's a
hit.
crit.
That'll hit.
Oh, only 11 damage.
11 damages. He will take this.
Gain 1 focus point, spin 2 to fire a third one directly into the same target. 21
That'll hit.
for 10.
There you go.
And then I can move. So I'm actually going to split my efforts here.
Let's all get out of the same spot.
Yes. 5. I'm gonna move to there. You know what? No, I'm gonna go to there and use my haste attack for a sword into this gentleman.
Are you flanking with me?
No.
Am I flanking with Herschel?
Not quite. You would have to be
Okay.
where the regular trooper is standing to be flanking with Herschel.
I don't see
Alright.
anybody else here.
22 with a short sword.
That'll hit.
7 piercing.
15 damage, which is not quite enough to kill him, but he's not looking healthy.
Well, bonus action. 2 weapon fighting.
All right.
Pistol shot into him. 15.
The hybrid guy?
That will miss.
Darn.
Just barely, but you miss. Just because he's got his
Alright.
right.
Alright,
that the
well, that
hybrid?
was a silly course of attacks. But that's me done.
Before I forget, because he did technically have his turn and would have just shot the elite riot trooper with his
Oh, right,
shotgun.
the charmed guy.
Ding, not firing in a cone.
Wait, isn't that the
Misses the elite trooper.
No.
Durak, your turn is up.
See, the problem is, there are several angles where I can get almost every enemy, but they also get every one of you.
Do it. I've got a good AC.
This isn't an AC ability. This is a
Don't-
save.
Don't do it.
I
We're
don't
all
care
here,
about saves.
Dorak.
It's very specifically a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, come now.
I've reconsidered.
Are you going to get out and fight? Yeah, because
I got banged up pretty badly by that last attack. I think I'm very comfortable in here, please.
William, would it be possible to draw a cone from here to here without hitting anybody in the car?
Sorry, give me that cone one more time.
I've got it up right now.
Okay.
Like if I could get these 5 without hitting anyone in the car.
What length of cone?
It's a 30-foot cone.
So a cone is as wide in its width as it is its distance from you. So if you were standing right here, it would be 1 space. Right here, it'd be 3 spaces. It'd be 10. It's 10 foot away. It's 10 foot long.
Mm-hmm.
Or rather, you know what I mean. It expands. It expands a space every space it gets away from you.
So like by the time it gets here, it would be this wide.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 30. It would be 6 spaces on either side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So technically, it would.
I'm fine with that.
No,
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, it's a 15 foot. 15 feet out of the way.
Yeah, 15 feet out of the way. That's correct.
Well, no,
pull up the drawing shapes thing. 1 second.
Yeah, like isn't there a bit in Xenothal's about this?
There's a bit in the core rules about it.
I seem to recall a bunch of squares with dice stacked on them.
Yeah.
Because if I draw the cone like this, 5, 10, 15...
Spells that create cones.
20...
Sorry, here we
25,
are.
30.
Spells that create cones or lines of effect that originate from you, house off range of self, indicating the origin must be you. Areas of effect, there we are. Cones. Cones extend in a direction you choose from its point of origin. A cone's width at a given point along its length is equal to the point's distance from the point of origin. So yeah. So its width along the length is the same as its point of origin. So you get half the distance on each side.
So 1, 2, 3.
Here 4, we are. I found the bit.
5. Sorry.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6.
6.
Yeah, I'm trying to draw it so that it goes this way and then cuts back that way.
Should be 1, 2, 3 on either side.
And if
you put the edge of the cone here and then just work your way that way, whichever way that is, I mean.
Yeah, would this edge, if one edge of the cone was here, would that hit anybody in the car?
If that was one edge of the cone, then that would be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So the center of the cone would have to be right about here. But hang on. That's right there.
That
wouldn't hit anyone in the car. You would to land the edge of the cone there. 1, 2, it would have to be that would have to be 0.6. So it would have to be 1, 2, 3. You could probably hit.
Like, could I fire from there, like where I'm pointing at, and hit hit all the way down to here?
Not from that angle. So if you wanted to fire from either right here or right here,
I'm sorry, Andrew. I'm a wizard. I have to do math.
and
This
not
isn't
hit
math.
everybody else.
This is geometry.
And you
Geometry.
you people keep getting in my way.
Just like to point out, they have cone templates on the Roll20 thing.
Do they?
Yeah.
Wait,
Not as
really?
part of like the rule thing, but you can get assets that are just templates.
I can't import any,
I
but
actually
Hang on. You said what's the length of your cone?
30 foot.
30 foot.
It's a rather personal
not
question.
super useful for right now, but I actually have a bunch that I've made. I can send them to you after this if you want to put them in.
Good for next time, yes.
Just like transparent templates that you can just drop in.
Yeah.
Good. That would be useful later.
You got it.
Put this in the background. 30-foot cone.
Savage Worlds, which Andrew, I know, was also in the Savage World, buddy.
Yes,
Savage
the,
Worlds
uh,
is dope.
Hello.
Yes, the clown commentary came from my Savage Worlds game I'm in.
Oh, yes, that
Oh.
sounds like a Savage Worlds thing.
Yeah.
Now it all makes sense.
They called it the clown parade. It was a time.
Almost there. Still needs to be a bit bigger. Slightly bigger.
There you go.
So if I'm standing there and I fire there, would that hit Lyra, Veter, and Cardon, or no?
Yes, but if you
The problem is the land speeder is slightly snapped off grid.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I was driving. You get what you pay for.
I'm not on that side, so I'm fine with it.
I will say you can angle it so that it just barely does not.
Cool. 5, 10, 15, 20. Duroc hops out of the car and approaches one of the weird-looking motherfuckers. And sort of like positions himself in front of them and holds up one hand and sort of like grabs at nothing. And as he does, percutiat inimicos annum tenit gungnir. And a large ethereal spear just manifests into his hand, which I sort of very quickly spin in, do a little bit of a flourish and jab forward. And as I jab forward towards this trooper, just a wave of force explodes out in this cone. So I need all of those enemies to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
For those playing at home, what spell are you casting?
I'm casting Pulse Wave, which came out as a thing and not an attack. Hang on. There we go.
That's a wild mouth spell, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Bada bing. Con saves for 2 from the hybrid troopers. $19 makes it.
At this
17.
point, I
Oh,
really
sorry,
hope
I
everyone makes
didn't mean
it.
to click it 3 times, but so 24 force damage. So it's a DC 16 con save for 24 force damage or half as much damage on a successful save.
Elite trooper fails. The elite riot trooper. The only one that failed was the elite trooper who has been charmed.
God
That poor bastard.
damn.
Oh,
And is now dead.
So yeah, 24 force damage, and the one that failed gets shot 15 feet further away from me. Also, any unsecured objects are also shot 15 feet away from me.
Well, there goes that farmhouse.
Yeah.
Even with the half damage, the elite riot trooper is now dead.
Does his corpse
So
get shot 15 feet away?
Take
Pretty sure that's against the Geneva Convention.
I'm pretty certain this corpse also goes 15 feet away.
I mean, Sam, I'm fairly confident that Mark 7 violated the Geneva Convention just by starting this fight.
You'd be surprised. It was neither cruel nor unusual.
But it was intentional.
Well, I mean, the Geneva Convention doesn't really care about intent.
I mean, yeah, fair.
Cardon, it's your turn.
All right.
Cardon, come car, bust this guy up, please.
Oh wow. Why
Yeah,
Why did you go there?
Because that's where the cone had to originate.
Roll off into this space, and then it's 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, hello.
Also, I give Cardon advantage. Because I am a clear,
And-
incredible threat.
First attack is going to be a roundhouse kick to the face.
Yeah,
So, unarmed strike. Glad I have advantage.
Oh boy.
18.
You just hit.
All right, I'm going to use a Hands of Harm on this.
That's AC 18, folks.
So that's that. That didn't get added on. 1 second. Let me just re-roll that. So 8 plus 5 necrotic.
Okay.
For the first attack. And then as he comes back around, he's going to stab forward with the short sword. Toggle advantage. Natural 20
Nice.
for 14 points of piercing damage. And
He's dead, Jim.
Also, William, I want to see some ragdoll physics on those corpses still.
Boy.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Let's see. Bonus action.
Thank you.
There you
Actually, would that would have hit the wall of the building?
I don't give a damn.
I mean, how much of the building did you take out? Apologies, Cody.
No problem. Bonus action. I'm going to. Well, fuck. Stop yelling at me, headphones. You're charging already. Fuck.
Bonus action, you're
Yeah.
going to whale fuck, you say.
Whale,
it's a
whale,
bold
whale.
plan.
No, shit. Flurry of blows. So, spend a key point for that. I don't have advantage, but it's still 18.
Not a natural
Oh.
20.
You
Yeah.
hit, you do not crit.
Yep. So I will just roll the damage, and then 4 points of bludgeoning damage. I untoggled. Yep. And then here's second one, 17.
17 misses.
Damn it.
All right, we found the AC.
I told you we found the AC earlier.
I know. I'm
Yeah,
just
but now we
confirming.
actually found it.
When the GM says just hit, that means you found the AC.
And
I mean, that
Fuck.
could also mean you're one above.
on the hit that I did do, I'm gonna spend a key point for stunning strike. So
This
it needs
guy?
to make
Okay.
needs to make a DC. What is my save? DC
He
15.
failed.
Yep. Cool. So stunned.
Oh, sure, he fails on your Constitution saving throw, but not mine.
It's because mine. I hit him where it hurts.
Is he
Not with
stunned for what?
magic.
Just one round?
Until the end of.
To the
Your
end of
next
your
turn.
next turn as the monk.
Yep. Till the end of my next turn.
Crack. We're going to use the skull crack as the stunned.
Oh man. Well, I think I should save our letter of marque. If I jump off the speeder and mosey my way into that square, which one of these was hit by the speeder, left or right?
I mean, I've hit this one.
Oh yeah, that
Actually,
one was almost dead, huh?
because I want him to actually do something and show that he is a threat. I'm going to say you get that key point back because that attack would not have hit because he's going to use his reaction for a swaying dodge to increase his AC by 3 against that attack only. Because I forgot I wrote that ability in.
Okay.
Fair. You let me do that with shield earlier, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Can't even be mad.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna stab at the guy on the right. Is he threatened? Yes, right?
Yes.
So, just fishing for 20s. 6 points of piercing.
I would say you actually need to step one more step to the right to flank because you have to be across them from the target.
Oh, is it directly across, not
Yeah.
drawing a line through? Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But you have to draw a line that goes through the center. Like
Okay.
you get
Oh,
like the
not-
bigger a creature is, the more room you have to flank. But for a medium-sized creature, you basically have
Gotcha,
to be
gotcha.
directly across.
Directly. That's fine. Okay.
I'm flanking with the house.
Ooh. Is it a monster house?
I mean, the house did just take a bad hit, so it probably treats both sides
Don't-
as hostile.
don't spoil enemies that are going to come up later in Grand Terra.
That hits with
House is haunted.
It's called a hell house. A what? A hell house.
Wouldn't it need to be
Terror of
a
the Hell House.
what was that correct?
I said, wouldn't it need to be a gazebo?
No.
Yes. Dire gazebo. So 6 points of piercing to the guy I'm flanking.
Yep.
And
Still-
that is the end of my turn.
Not doing well.
Do you not have 2 attacks?
He's an
No, I am the only artificer class that doesn't get multi-attack.
Oh. What?
Yeah, I got some garbage about more damage when I do acid.
Oh.
Yeah.
Please don't
Yeah.
do acid in the middle of a fight.
Well, it worked last time.
So, now that it's the hybrid trooper's turn, he gets to do his thing.
You ever see somebody just get fucked up by a 2-story?
So, he's going to be a crazy acrobatic threat. So he's going to circle around you,
My cousin
You can't
died
do
when
that?
split level got him.
and then he's going to initiate his multi-attack, which begins with the backspring kick.
I'm sorry, what?
He kicks off of an enemy creature within 5 feet of him. You,
Back
Cardon, need to
springs
make
back.
a DC
All
12.
right.
You need to make a DC 12 strength save.
13.
Boy.
All right,
Getting
you are
styled and
not
wild
pushed away,
on.
but he does leap his movement speed away from you without provoking attacks opportunity.
I
Also,
wanted to
credit
grab
to
his
John,
ankle.
That was fantastic.
So he flies over here, and is then going to make 2 attacks with its claws.
Oh, that's actually a pretty good move, huh?
Excuse me. I
How
don't-
long does that shield spell last?
Until my next turn, but I haven't used it yet. A 7 misses. An 18 will hit, but I'll cast shield.
Yeah. So as this
Fuck
creature
you.
circles around, like almost like it sort of sways side to side as if it's kind of dizzy, and then suddenly in a blur of motion, it's moved around to the other side of Cardon. And as you turn to look, he just kicks off of your shoulder blades and backflips through the air, landing on the other side of Duroc and swinging claws. Duroc manages to avoid the first one, but the second one is about to come for his
Oh.
chest, and he has to bring a hand up and invoke
Oh,
his
yeah.
spell to conjure up a shield.
I forgot to describe what it looks like when I do this. So yeah, he just yells out "Opilo" and raises up his left arm like there's a shield there, and just this very ornate-looking shield, ethereal shield, just appears and very abruptly just smashes away the attack.
By the way, I designed hybrid troopers to be fun opponents. They can move around a lot.
Gives me something to chase.
Riot trooper.
But yeah, until the start of my next turn, shield remains in effect until the start of my next turn. So
The regular riot trooper is going to
Come
make
on.
2 stun baton attacks against Mark 7.
He may
Oh,
try.
So my AC is 21 until the start
19.
of my next turn.
Miss.
Ooh.
ooh.
My AC is currently 20, thanks to Durak.
Natural 1 misses as well.
I'm helping.
And then the one with the
The guy
assault
next to
weapon,
him.
regular trooper, is going to. He can make 2 attacks with his assault rifle at disadvantage, or he can make 1 attack with his tonfa without.
I mean, he just saw all of his buddies get thrown into a house
Wait, which guy is
by
this?
a giant pulse wave.
The regular trooper.
A living tree jumped out of a car and stabbed his friend. Is he thinking clearly? I don't know. Probably
Oh,
not.
Was this guy? Did this guy not get advantage for flanking Mark 7?
Oh,
He hasn't attacked yet. Oh,
He should
oh
have.
yeah.
you're
And yes, he
completely
does. And yes,
so
he does flank
he
me.
missed. So he needs to. That would have been a first attack then. So he needs to make a
Oh,
second
alright.
advantage, and still miss.
Cool. Just wanted to
Hmm.
clarify.
Ah, right. Now we're dealing with the guy that we've sandwiched.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I got the 2 mixed up.
Same.
He's gonna make 2 attacks with disadvantage. First one at Herschel. Miss. Second one at Mark 7. Miss even harder.
All right. Cool.
Then he's gonna try and run. 5, 10. Provoke 2 attacks.
hold on.
Opportunity.
Yeah.
Hold it right there. 18,
Stop,
his speed
criminal.
becomes 0.
Ooh.
Sentinel.
All right. Deal your
What was
damage. He's
that?
probably just dead.
6 piercing.
He's dead. He's dead.
Hey.
Oh, so his speed does become 0.
Pretty permanently, yes.
His speed becomes 0 no matter how you slice it. Really.
Did you,
I slice it with a
you
short
just-
sword,
you
apparently.
just cast opportunity attack?
No.
Uh,
Short sword is piercing, so you don't slice anything with it.
On
Oh.
Lyra's turn, she kind of looks at the scorched and blasted. She looks at the blasted remains of the people that Durak just blew away. Looks back at Durak with a huff, is like, "I had at least one of them," and then just kind of looks over at the other.
I'm sorry. I had all 5.
Looks over at the other elite trooper and just stares at him as well, and he needs to make his own wisdom save.
Does he get advantage because we're in combat?
He does not in this particular case,
Hey.
for reasons unknown to you all.
Better than a charm
He
person spell.
fails.
Hey, Dr. Viter, would you like to come punch this guy?
It is now Dr. Veter's turn.
Yes, I would like to punch him with bullets, by which I mean shoot him. Lyra has not gotten out of the car, right?
No, she hasn't. Without an understanding of magic, all she's done is stare at a couple of guys and say some words.
Okay. So Vita is from the same seat in the back. Will pull up. How badly wounded does the second hybrid trooper seem to be?
He's hardly scratched.
Okay. Yeah, I will open up on him.
Just
I
throw
think at this point
just
it's just him. I'm going to use my pistol.
just throw the gun at him. It'll be more effective and you'll do more damage.
can you make an improvised attack with the thrown property?
Ooh.
I would say yes.
Yeah, fair.
I think
wait.
there's a thing in the improvised weapons thing about throwing something.
Yeah. If you throw something
It's
that's
Tavern
not meant to be
Brawler.
thrown, it becomes an improvised weapon.
Oh, and I can't make 2 separate attacks if I. Well, can I using one attack action? Can I attack 2 separate targets?
Yes.
Okay. Herschel and Mark 7 look like they have these other goons well in hand, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, there's one.
There's only one, and he's almost dead.
Oh, that's right,
Yeah,
because
there's-
they're controlled.
the
Okay.
Other, the other one is currently doing something.
An improvised thrown weapon has a normal range of 20 feet and a long range of 60 feet.
Okay, yeah. So I'm just going to open up on the hybrid trooper. he's gonna sling the machine gun or the shotgun, I guess, that he was using over his shoulder, and we'll use the sidearm pistol.
Let's test that hybrid theory.
God damn it.
16.
Pretty good album.
It is a good album. That misses.
Okay, and then we'll draw down and try again. Definitely not on that one. 13.
Nope.
So, as the
and-
bullets go whizzing past my head,
And it's definitely like, it's not that Dr. Veeder is firing badly. He fires at the hybrid trooper, and it just seems to sway, almost leaving behind a trail of after images. It just kind of tilts away, just kind of moving its shoulders and torso out of the way, and it's very jerky and unnatural movement.
just incredibly vexing. And he will jump forward out of the speeder and come up beside Durak.
Oh.
And that will be my turn.
All right. Elite Rat Trooper dead. Elite Troopers, one of them is charmed. He's gonna walk up here, and he's gonna fire a shotgun point blank at his friend.
must not have been too good of a friend.
Blows him away with 12 damage.
Oof.
Poor guy.
Mark 7.
One guy remains. So I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Can I fit in this space here?
Yes, that's just
Cool.
basically.
Oh, that's a gazebo.
35
Look out.
because my speed is doubled.
I'm gonna say your speed is doubled, so you can move further.
Oh, yeah.
It's gazebo.
Could I persuade you to move one more space to the left?
Sure,
have an
I see where you're going
idea.
with this. And let's see, I'm going to start with a short sword. 26
That will hit.
for 11.
Yes. Okay.
And swing 2. That's a crit.
That will also hit.
Oh, wait. No, that's a crit on the first attack.
Oh, right. Yeah. Because you
Because I'm
attack
flanking Dr. Vita.
Flanking, yeah.
So,
flanking.
14.
It's at 14 damage. I'll
Instead
add
of
the
11.
extra 3.
Right, now we're on to swing 2. 25
Yes.
for 10.
Very consistent on your damage.
I try to be. And spin 2 more focus for a third attack. 12.
All right. That will miss.
Haste attack. 13 and also misses.
Yep.
2 weapon fighting, pistol shot. 20
That'll hit.
for 8.
5 attacks you just pulled.
You ever watch someone play
I-
Dominion and they just don't stop playing cards?
I am starting to realize a couple of flaws in the captain, and I will probably have to make some edits to the class.
Flaws, you say? You just did
Yes,
5 attacks being hasted.
Yes, and I feel like because I've done that twice in a row, I feel like I need to rework how they gain and spend focus.
Ah,
How many focus do you have?
At 5th level, I reset to 3 whenever I finish a rest.
Short rest?
A rest.
well,
Oh.
also to be fair, you're currently modified because I'm
You do have haste.
You have
Haste does
haste,
make
so-
everything go fast.
Oh no, I reset on a long rest. My apologies. But yes, whenever I deal damage or take damage, I gain a focus point. And
Ooh.
I've been spending 2 each round to make an extra attack when I take the attack action.
Mm.
But that attack doesn't generate focus points.
Yeah, I'd say
Um,
once per round when you deal or take damage rather than every time.
Mm-hmm.
Or I could,
Is it my turn?
Yes.
yes, I've done everything I can.
Sorry, I
I'm
wasn't
just-
trying to
I'm
cut
just
you
spit-
theorizing short.
Oh no, I'm just spitballing here. I could also like remove the starting pool and just Start with
Make
just,
it a thing that you can just
Um,
generate on your turn.
William,
Yeah.
just start with 0 and work my way up from there. That was the original design. But we digress.
William, is this individual in front of me wearing armor made of metal?
He's wearing metal, but I wouldn't say his armor is metal.
Is there enough metal on him that I would get advantage from using a shocking grasp cantrip?
You know what? Sure.
Cool. So, as he dodges the bullets from Gerhardt, and as Dr. Veeder comes over to in the melee, so look over at him. One moment. Impulsa, and I sort of reach out to like grab the metal hand of this person as this large gauntlet made of lightning just engulfs my right arm. And with advantage, but I miss anyways.
As the lightning courses up and down the armor, and you just see him turn his head to look at you. Zzz.
I'd hope that would have been more effective. Oh well.
That miss is enough to get you the gist that you're pretty certain, even if that had hit, that lightning would not have done as much as you wanted it to.
I will stay right here. Because I don't want to move.
It's your turn, Cardon.
He's just gonna yell, Durak! And 1,
What?
2, 3, duck!
It was an owl,
And
actually.
Nope. Gonna run and attempt to, if Durak ducks.
I will duck.
Okay, I'm gonna attempt to drop kick
Ooh.
this guy. Nobody kicks me, gets away with it. You can't vault off me. And I'm gonna attempt to unarmed strike, drop kick this motherfucker.
Okay. I'm going to offer you an option here because I like the idea of this drop kick.
I like it too.
I will let you make this attack with disadvantage, but if you hit him anyway, you deal double your dice damage. Or you can just make it a regular attack.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make it a regular attack, and if this hits, since it's unarmed, it's gonna be a hand of harm. Except it's a foot of harm. It's boot up ass. So, yeah. Ow!
You missed.
You hate to see it.
So, fly past him. But now I'm on the other side. If you'll let me fly over him.
Yeah, that's fine. There was
Okay.
enough room to go around him, so I'll say you can fly over.
All right. Then, as I miss, I crash into this pavilion, stand up, and
The problem with yelling to me to duck is that you also yelled at him to duck.
We really should have a code word for this sort of thing.
Less talking, more scrapping, please.
Yep. Let's see.
Mark 7 on cocaine at the moment.
19.
Yeah, that was the aim. Talking slightly faster because of haste.
This one
You do have advantage because you're
as he-
flanking with me.
Yep. 25. So this one is going to be hands of harm. So this one is actually just like a kidney punch, or like right to the ribs. So that is, I'm rolling shit for.
At least you're hitting.
So that's 13 points of damage, and then flurry blows. Let's see. 18, 19. That's for the first attack. Because I keep forgetting.
Will allow him to get away from that one.
Okay. Let me just toggle advantage. 18.
You'll hit him on the second strike, though.
All right. And yeah. That's just 6 points of regular damage. Hands of harm is not active.
How do you want to do this?
So after I hit with the kidney punch. So that bends him over in pain, and then I just grab him by the back of the head and just drive my knee right into his face. And then the helmet kind of caves in a little bit, and then he just drops him.
All right. Yeah, and this twitching, strange creature that is the hybrid trooper just collapses to the ground as his head is caved in by Cardon's strike from behind. And that brings us out of initiative because the only remaining enemy combatant is charmed.
I was gonna say, talk to me about Charmed. How long does it last?
Depends on the thing that's causing them to be charmed. In this case, he's not stopping at the moment.
All right.
He does not appear to be seeing any of you as a threat.
I look over at
Very much like to just coup de grace him.
I look over at that trooper and over at Lyra. How long does that last, Lyra?
That particular trick, about a day.
Impressive.
So we're still going to need to get rid of him then.
Yes, let me handle that. Lyra says as she walks over to the sergeant and just kind of turns him towards her and just kind of stares him in the eyes. Trust me, you will be feeling just fine in a little bit, she says as she sort of brings him in close into an embrace, and her hand reaches behind her and pulls the blade out of her umbrella. And as she embraces him in a kiss, she drives the blade into his back at the same time.
Impressive and concerning.
Slightly
You
psychotic.
really do have to watch out.
Well, that
She
was
drops him to the ground as she pulls the blade out. I don't like them dying from that kind of thing in just pain.
I see.
so. We're successful. I look over at the large vehicle. Does it look like our speeder would fit inside it?
No, but it is definitely bigger and more armored.
Is it a speeder or is it a half track type deal?
It's more of a half track.
Okay.
Well, we have ourselves a new vehicle with which to infiltrate the evil empire's location. First, we should clean up these bodies and steal some outfits.
I've got my herbalism kit out, and I'm trying to patch up Vader's scratches and scrapes. Now, I know that was very traumatic, but you really do have to be careful on the battlefield.
No, there is no need. I appreciate the concern, but merely a few bumps and so forth, I will be fine.
Are you sure?
Yes, you recall our conversation. There is just a few minor field repairs to the Atmo suit. After that, should be perfectly fine. But again, very much appreciated for your concern. And I mean, I would imagine I took a total of 3 damage. I would imagine.
Oh yeah.
He's
The
really
suit's
is
got
more
some
just sort of
scratches
like
in it, yeah.
Uh,
That's
just
about
I
like
am
bumped him out.
also,
I am not offering anything but flavor healing, my dude.
I look over.
No. I get that as well. But this,
Yeah.
I mean, he is still, I guess, less standoffish with Herschel than with the others at this point. But
Yeah.
still very much like no touchy.
Also, I look over at Mark 7, who is still twitching, and I go, I'm very sorry, my good friend, but you're going to feel very poorly for the next 6 seconds as I drop concentration on haste.
Interesting. I wonder what this will decelerating. Intriguing. Systems appear to be magically impaired. Would that be correct?
Increasing the accessibility of one's timeline to such a degree tends to have similarly slowing side effects upon returning to normal. You'll feel better after a few seconds.
Beginning quick reference diagnostics. One moment.
Intriguing that it would have such effects on such an alternative life form as you, Mark 7. How are you feeling
Well,
overall?
Time affects all of us, good doctor.
Diagnostics complete. I feel fine. Or at least that is the best way to describe it.
So, whose time were you given? More of your own from the future, or
I do not know the answer to that question. And I look at Durak.
Think about the question for a second. It's probably best not to answer that question as I walk over towards the vehicle and start inspecting.
But I don't know about anyone else, but that certainly gives me pause for concern.
I don't think I'd like that to happen to me, thank you. I'd like all of my time as it comes.
Wise decision, Herschel. None of us know how much time we are given.
I
Better
do.
to spend what we have. Better to
I-
spend what we have than to bargain against what may or may not be left.
Please, you act as if
Aye.
destiny's written, Lyra says as she wipes her hands of the fallen gentleman's blood. If
I knew you'd
anything,
say that.
make your own time.
I knew you'd say that. I wrote it down right here before you said it.
Well, I have to say, again, my experience with martial enterprises such as this is somewhat limited, most certainly more so than the rest of you, but this seems to have gone rather well, yeah?
I
I'll
would
say.
agree.
I think it has something to do with crashing a car through most of them.
We should hurry.
Where's-
on.
did
Where's the
help.
rest of their stuff? Surely this can't be just an isolated camp with them standing around in a field. Will they set
as
up inside the
I'm
house?
opening this door.
Yeah.
Also, I'm going to start having done a cursory inspection of the vehicle just to make sure that it's not like severely damaged or broken. I'm going to go begin examining these hybrid troopers.
Cardon.
Vehicle seems fine. Cardon, a significant portion of this house has been blown out by the pulse waves that Durak hit it with.
Door's already open.
Yeah. But inside you do see what looks to be the ration packs and general amenities that these soldiers had set down after they commandeered this building as their base camp.
Okay. No electronics or like a comm station.
Not here, though you might find it in the vehicle.
Okay.
This kind of
Cardon.
looks like someone's farm. Is there anyone's stuff inside the house?
If there
Uh,
were people here when the Imperials arrived, I regret to inform you they are likely dead.
As Cardon looks around, he does indeed find some of the remnants of whoever used to live here before. Some old china, some spare clothes. It looks like it was probably just a working pair of individuals, just like a pair of people. No child, as far as you can tell.
But no bodies.
No bodies present in the building, at the very least.
Well,
Though you suspect if the soldiers had just killed these people and took their house, they probably would have disposed of the bodies somewhere.
Yeah.
I know.
Yes,
Andrew's
Mark
trying to
7.
get Cardon's attention, I know.
Yeah.
Did you learn from the captive about any reinforcements that could arrive in this area?
They're 2 days out.
2 days
vehicle.
is
By vehicle.
enough time. 2 days is enough time for us to disappear, I think.
Yes,
I would hope.
We'll want to take the land speeder back to the
Yes, Legion. Either Legion's stand or the Studious Vanguard.
Yes, the Studious Vanguard probably. We could convoy along to the Studious Vanguard, leave the land speeder there, and continue on our way.
That seems appropriate.
But first,
This is a tracked vehicle.
Yeah, it's a half track. The front two wheels are wheels, and the back half is a track.
is that a turret on top, or is it just a?
Yes, that is a main gun turret.
Okay, I didn't know if it was fixed in line with the vehicle or not.
Yeah, it does not have the degree of motion that the main guns on the land speeder has. It only can fire in the forward cone, but you also suspect it's a much bigger gun.
Yeah,
Looks much bigger.
physically and by caliber.
Emotionally,
get those 90 cals.
I would like, if we can, to take a closer look at the hybrids.
He says, as Durak has already produced a knife and is opening the suit.
Inside,
I would
you
just
find
Durak then.
inside the suit, as you cut it open, you find a mass of reddened, or alternatively on one of them, deep blue flesh that appears to have lost any and all excess fat and is just raw muscle and tendon and sinew and bone. There's very little left to these individuals that is excess. They are basically pure killing machine in physical form. Go ahead and give me either medicine or religion checks.
Well,
Does that seem to be?
Could I make an arcana check?
Can I do medicine with intelligence?
Yes.
Essentially technology. Okay.
Could I do an arcana check instead?
You can, but it won't give you quite as much information.
I'll go with religion then. 16.
Oof. 27.
So, what you get from the religion check, Durak? Definitely fiendish inhabitation of a humanoid frame. You're definitely seeing what looks to be some lesser fiends being used to enhance the physiology and possibly the reaction times, and like probably the reason they move so quick and unnaturally is the amount of demonic energy or sheer possession that is enhancing their bodies. And you get the sense that each of these has been, with your religion rather than your arcana, you get the sense that there is nothing left of the person that used to inhabit this body, other than, you would have to guess, maybe a simple amount of brainwashing that helps make the fiend more easily controllable. With your medicine, Dr. Vita, the physiology of these individuals has been completely overwritten, and anything non-essential for the primary purpose, i.e. killing things, is completely either non-functional or gone. They no longer have mouths. They cannot speak or scream. There is just a flat surface where the mouth should have been. The eyes have enlarged to become better at sensing their prey. Nostrils have been basically flattened because they don't need olfactory senses from inside their helmets. And their limbs and muscles have been prime-tuned to become agile hunting predators.
Does this appear to be a surgical procedure that rendered them like this, a magical one, or a little bit of both?
You would probably say a little of both.
While we're looking, like after I'm done with my initial, I'm going to actually take my knife and cut into the flat face where the mouth should be and see if it's bone all the way through, or if the mouth is there, it's just been grown over.
There's still the vestiges of a jaw there, but there has been a solid bone plate grown over. Like, you have to crack through the initial bone plate to see where the teeth used to be.
Yeah, like once I find the bone, that's probably where I'd stop there. Oh, looks like my initial assumption was correct. This is a fiend hybrid. The mortal body has been infused with demonic energies to the point where it's become a purpose-built killing machine, more or less.
There's sort of a non-committal sound from Vito's synthesizer as he is taking notes and continuing with the autopsy.
I'm going to go full autopsy. Yeah, I'm just going to see if there's if they've got any particular weaknesses or strengths that I can suss out from an autopsy.
I just have this vision now of dueling autopsies.
Well, it's a good thing there are two corpses then.
I know, we each take one and are sort of proceeding through.
Yeah, I'm just gonna see if I can suss out mechanically what they might be resistant or immune to.
Yeah, likewise.
What you can learn from both of those rolls is that they're resistant to lightning damage. Uh, and you gather that their arms actually end at the elbow. Those claw gauntlets are a graft onto their arms, and
Okay.
they serve not only as a claw weapon, but they also have a rudimentary energy projectile weapon built in as well.
Okay.
I'm
Any
removing
idea what
those.
the range on that could be?
You would guess mid-range, so short range 30, long range 60 to give you a mechanical range.
Okay. Yeah, these things are nasty customers. Everyone, if we run into more of these hybrid troopers, and I have to say, I assume we will, the closer we get to the heart of the Empire, everyone be careful. They're not only weird swaying, acrobatic hopping around guys, but also these things have some sort of ranged component. So be careful.
I imagine we will find multiple different varieties as we get closer to the capital, each of which might have alterations to this form. So
Yeah. Is there anything Zarhemian about them? Is that what seems to be grafted into them, did you say?
Yeah, the thing that has modified their body would be fiendish in nature, as
Okay.
far as you can tell.
All right.
So, yes.
Durak, any of your... I'm sorry, you call them spells, yeah?
That is what they are colloquially known as, yes.
Yes, yeah, of course. Any of your spells are specifically provide a protection from energies or attacks from something Zahemian in nature?
Unfortunately, no more than it would provide assistance from anything else.
Urshel, and you? Or
Oh,
your progenitor, for lack of a better word?
I would have to. I mean, it would take a special brew, but I'm sure I could come up with something.
It may be quite useful if we are going to be encountering more of these and not less, yeah? Thank you. Any thoughts you might have in that arena would be very would be most appreciated. Let me know if there is anything I can do to assist with the preparation.
I, meanwhile,
Hmm.
have removed one of these gauntlets from, or both of the gauntlets from this one, and hold one up towards Mark 7. Mark 7, do you think you could figure out how these work?
Let me take a look. I may be able to conduct some manner of diagnostic and analysis. Let's scooch over and take one of the gauntlets.
Okay, roll me a technology.
Less gauntlet, more prosthetic, but still.
16.
Bad shit. That's how it works. This is less a piece of technology and more a piece of thauma technology, in that it is a technological focus for the unholy energies that power these creatures. You would have to graft this onto someone to use it, and if they're not a fiend or something like a fiend, as you would suspect, these guys are not technically fiend type creatures yet, still technically humanoids, even if they are fiendish in nature. You would suspect that anything that didn't have the abundance of natural energy that a fiend might have, having it grafted onto their arm, would drain their life force to use this weapon.
So Mark 7 examines it, takes it in both hands, looks down where the arm would normally go into it, and there's just a rapid series of clicks coming from them as they study this thing. I am unable to determine the power source of this device's operation. It also appears to be surgically attached.
Yes. It seems like they have these in lieu of, well, everything from the elbow down.
That raises further concerns, as it looks to me as if this device is powered by the hybridization of fiendish energy and an organic being designed, perhaps not designed, but looks again at the hybrids. Yes, designed to accept that manner of possession.
Would explain how
We
they...
cannot wield these.
I'm going to explain how
And
they're
if
able
we
to
did-
produce additional advanced technological weapons with such limited resources.
And if we did choose to wield one of these, it would be a swift end. I discarded the gauntlet.
I think the answer is no, but the Necros virus does not have any link to Zarhemian energy or anything from.
No, not as far as anyone has ever been able to determine. Lazauer did not seem to have any kind of connection to Zarheim.
The
Okay,
question
thank
that
you.
Craig asks every week.
One of these days he's
No.
gonna say yes,
No,
and then we're in business.
that is not true. I don't think I've ever asked that specific question before.
I have no idea. I was just busting your balls.
I ask a lot of questions about Zarheim, and I ask a lot of questions about the Necros virus, but I don't think I've ever asked a question specifically, does A equal B?
Well, let us
Only by way of equaling C.
Let us dispose of these and acquire whatever resources we will be able to use to aid our infiltration.
I test the main gun in the new ride.
Oh,
as
I'm
you
right
as
there
you
with
as
you.
you fish the keys off of off the elite riot trooper, who seemed to be the one who had them, and open it up. As you walk around the interior, you find a backpack style radio set that looks like it's able to be set down and adjusted. Like you would imagine, this is probably a thing that gets carried. If someone needs to walk with it, they carry it like up on their back, and then when they need to use it, they set it down, extend the antenna, adjust things, etc., etc., etc.
Follow their communications.
And
I'd get in
then
the seat of the turret, anyways.
and so
I
you
immediately move over to investigate.
turret is so the layout of this vehicle is there's an armored front, like the entire body of the frame is heavily armored, but there's the front cabin seat where the driver and the co-pilot will sit, and then in the back there is bench seating for the remaining troopers to strap in and be driven along. Except there is also a ladder dead center in the middle of that bench seating arrangement for any one of these troops to climb out of their seat and climb up the ladder into the turret, where they can operate this large main gun, which fires pretty much on the same principles as any small-scale ship gun.
Or
And
a
as you
tank
sort of-
gun.
Oh,
be
so it
appropriate.
uses intelligence?
You still use your deck for this.
Okay.
Oh, I was really excited for a second there.
Firing computers and yeah.
Small-scale ships, like
Makes
Millennium
sense to
Falcon.
me.
Okay. Because I have weapons subsystems, and those are based off of intelligence, so it's like, yeah, I can technically use them. And it's not
No.
negative anymore, but
Millennium Falcon style turret versus
Okay.
Star Destroyer style guns.
all right. I
Um,
fire one off into the air just because.
and it's a big boom. Like the turret kind of angles upward for a minute and then just boom, a single shot fires off.
You just hear coming from the open door of the new vehicle, just, this'll work.
I hear
Gordon,
nothing.
a little warning next time, if you please.
I hear nothing because I was not wearing ear pro and my ears are now ringing.
Your ears are ringing. Yes.
Calibrating audio receptors for Imperial armored vehicle weaponry.
Pardon, I can't hear a damn thing right now.
Mop. Mop.
Yeah, there.
Mop.
Yeah.
Could we please refrain from deafening everyone in the future?
Come striding out with a satisfied look on my face.
Well,
Are you-
now we
are-
know
are
the
you
gun
trained-
works.
Are you trained in the use of those weapons then? That should be useful.
Yes.
Excellent.
Well,
I'll look over at Lyra. As we get underway, I have another question. You are able to mimic the appearance of other beings. Can you mimic their voices?
She turns back to you, turns back into the sergeant, and speaks to you in his voice. I mean, I don't have any of their mannerisms if I don't know them, but yeah, I can copy their voice.
She's
is
a
enough for me.
changeling.
That should also
Sure.
be useful. What will be our attack as we approach the capital? Then will we be taking the role of these troopers that were here and reporting back from this location, or are we going to
I
employ
have-
another ruse?
I have reason to believe that if we use this vehicle to travel through unfriendly territory, most will not look twice, and we will be able to bluster past the rest.
And
Very
if
good,
last
then.
time is any indication of future attacks, we'll just run over anyone who gets in our way.
It's not a bad
I
Yeah,
plan.
may not be able to replicate that, as this truck appears rather heavier than
Well,
the
it
land.
Well,
does
that
seem-
just means they cannot duck.
It does seem that we are taking turns for each sort of violent engagement to attempt to run people over with some sort of vehicle. So let's see, Durak and Mark 7, you have gone. So
Please, it wasn't an
Lyra,
attempt. It was quite successful.
there
I
you are.
believe I hit someone as well. I think you're up.
Oh, very good then.
Well,
How
As-
is just the duty roster of, okay, now it's the next person's turn to run somebody over.
as to what our plan
It's
is,
my turn to drive.
I surmise we won't be able to come up with a more detailed plan until we're closer in and have more intelligence. We don't want to pose as these individuals because while certainly one group of them were here to ascertain the nature of that technology, we do not know if they had any other particular business that would be expected of them. At the same time, we don't necessarily know if the Empire has a very tight rein on the registration of their vehicles. It might be that each individual vehicle is tracked individually, and it might also be that they aren't.
Should we at least attempt to procure identification that could be used?
Is there markings on the truck? Numbers or anything like that?
There appear to be some indicators, but they are written in a native script of this world. And while their language is archaic but still recognizable, their script is completely nonsensical.
What about to the dude who lived here for 2 lifetimes?
Which 2 lifetimes? Oh, you? Yes. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can read. No, I was like, which character you got? Okay.
Herschel, the tree.
Imperial script is a bit different than what you're used to because your creator was your alchemist was not an Imperial, but it's similar enough that you can kind of make it out. It does appear to be some kind of designation. You don't know enough about Imperial society to know whether it's just like this is a name and it is recognized by having that name, or if it is actively tracked by those details.
Okay.
But yes, we should
Bring up numbers and letters that don't make any sense to you.
pick up all of their kit that they left in the farmhouse. We should strip them of their uniforms, acquire anything that they had in their pockets, including identification, technology, money, and the like. Roll their bodies into a mass grave and light it on fire.
Agreed.
Yeah.
The
Yes.
fire may be a bit excessive. They are already dead.
Well, no, you don't want to leave the bodies to rot. That's just unnecessary.
That is why we fill the grave in afterwards.
Hmm.
Leaving
Fire-
an
No,
open pit
you-
in the
you
middle
can't-
of nowhere will attract attention.
Well, also,
Yes, but you can't just put bodies into a farm and expect it not to get plowed up at some point.
yes, bone.
Think ahead. We have to get rid of it for future generations.
Also, I'm surprised that I'm the one talking about this and not the walking tree, but mass graves have a habit of causing terrible things for the environment around them just by the putrefaction of that many corpses in one location.
Which is
That's
why
why
we
we
have
have
to
to
burn them.
burn them.
Yes.
I see. It is quite clear to me that I am less familiar with this than I would like.
Yes.
It tends to be one of the most final burial options as well.
The
In
ashen
addition to the hygienic benefits.
and the ashen bone will also ensure that the ashen bone will actually be good for the ground.
It really will.
Then,
You
good.
can tell it needs nitrogen around here, but it's fine.
Leave it to you experts. Didn't have this problem in space.
In space, you just dump it out the airlock and you never see it again.
Yep.
I feel like there should be laws against that because if you dump a body out in space, eventually it's going to nuke some city.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
we've- We don't know this, but we've started an interstellar war with whatever planet gets hit by a Tesla.
I mean, the likelihood is that any planetary body that a corpse vented into space comes into contact with, it will burn up in its atmosphere.
Yeah, unless you're a Russian cosmonaut.
Well, any of you who are arcanically inclined, have you a simple way of producing a significant hole in the ground, or should we start with the digging?
Digging it is.
Digging it is.
There we go.
Lyra walks into the farm and comes back with a set of shovels and hose.
Duroc is looking at the ground and tapping his chin with a finger.
It's not digging.
William.
Yes.
Technically, shatter does not require a point that I can see within range.
There we go.
That really feels like nitpicking to me.
I'm just
What are
saying.
you going to crumble the dust into? More dust?
Could I shatter the ground?
Tell you what, do you want to try?
Duroc
I'm
does,
feeling about
yes.
this.
Your shatter damage.
Duroc walks over to a bit of empty ground where there's clearly nothing at. While people are starting to dig like elsewhere, pulls out a small chip of stone, throws it into the ground where it burrows, and I am targeting a point 10 feet below the ground. As I go Raptura and snap and sort of click the rings on my fingers together as I cast Shatter under the ground.
So there's a moment, and then the ground rumbles for a second, and you can see the dirt begin to crack, and then it halts. Congratulations, you've just loosened a 10-foot square of dirt. It still has to be dug out.
Actually, it may not. How many rounds of ammunition do we have for this nice big new gun?
You probably can't depress it that low without having to back the truck
No.
up.
I'm an alchemist. I can, improvise an explosive.
I'll say there's a
Would it question
30 shots in the.
would it have loosened, like crumbled the dirt enough to like have a visible effect on the surface?
There's cracks in the surface, yeah.
So I will go, if you might, I believe the dirt over here will be slightly easier to dig up.
Yep.
Sure.
Is it?
Yes, it's definitely easier to dig up. It still needs to be dug up, which will be an amount of work, but it will
I'd
be
like to-
easier to dig up.
like to take 2 rounds and snap the heads off and pour the powder into a nice shaped charge in the crack and really explode some dirt away.
Well,
All right,
Think
roll
I
me
could do
your-
that with some alchemist stuff?
we
Roll me your alchemist tools.
we do want the dirt to still be here.
It'll be around.
It'll be easier to put it back in if it's in a nice neat pile, though.
It probably
Like
won't
a
be
12.
what you want, but you can probably make that shape charge.
Cool.
While
I would love to
everyone-
do that.
While folks are debating how best to start digging, I'm going through the bodies looking for anything that might be of use. Uniforms, identification, etc.
Most of their uniforms are relatively intact, and if some of the few that aren't, you can piecemeal together. a good amount of them have identification cards, although you can't read any of them. Herschel and Lyra might be able to, but and several of them have Imperial script, which is paper money.
That would also be in the same alphabet.
Yeah.
Vitor is just standing straight back, sort of watching everyone do all this, because he's not going to start digging until he's sure everybody is finished doing all their ideas.
Oh,
So
the tree is running away from a crack in the ground.
So as Mark 7 basically just searches a body, they bring all of their possessions over onto the far side of the hole that Dirac made, or started making. Dr. Vita?
First, Herschel blows the hole open.
Yes.
Like there's a momentary as you're gathering everything up and you're just not looking at where everybody else is working. You're just sort of gathering things, and just in the background you just hear this thump, and everyone else just sees a small geyser of dirt come up from the ground where the bomb goes off.
If you require something to pass the time, you might catalog and itemize the possessions we may need.
Yeah, very good. You can start gathering the bodies as well. And Vitor will sort of jab the shovel down into the ground and go over and start just methodically going over each body, taking off any identification, anything.
Mark 7 basically just carries everything but the bodies over to a free space, sets down each set individually, moves on to the next one.
Well, maybe they're working together then.
That would make sense.
They'll go over a body together. Mark 7 takes the items, and Vito takes the body over and sort of lays them down side by side over by the hole to be.
Makes sense.
And once all the bodies are in the hole, or once we've dug up the hole and all the bodies are in the hole.
Yep.
In whatever order that takes.
Eventually it is done.
I will light a torch and throw it in.
You find that the bodies of the hybrid troopers take up really well now that they're dead. It's almost like all that just raw matter in them is really dense. Burns real.
At the risk of giving the DM ideas, I was worried you were going to say, get up.
Yeah.
And now we fight
kind
fire
of why
zombies.
I was burning the bodies. Yeah.
They are dead. They are not getting up yet.
It's okay. You might not have given William inspiration. You might have given me something.
Well, it's a good thing I'm not in any of your games then.
Thank you, Andrew.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. I'm all for it.
I mean, Nikki is taking a hiatus from our Thursday game, which means we do have room for another player if anyone wants to hop in.
I am busy that day, unfortunately. And I'm not even joking. I have work on Thursdays.
But you dispose of the bodies. That's the sentence that you hi TSA.
Not the TSA, it's the FBI.
I mean, that's like one of the most common sentences you say in D&D. If I watched any amount or played any amount.
I would go so far as to argue that the difference between TSA and FBI in this context is whether they are carry-on or carrion.
Take the shot. Take the shot. That man right there. Take the shot.
NSA is the acronym I should be saying hello to.
I will admit that this is the first time
Homeland
I have
Security.
actually been. I will admit this is the first time I've actually been part of a party that has disposed of bodies in detail.
Huh.
We do lots of things in detail.
So
That's
I
right.
see.
Like
And here.
cast spells.
So, bodies being disposed of. You make your way. Lyra says, do we want to head back to Legion Stand and drop off that radio and maybe get some of the locations? Oh, wait, no, I think you already got the locations.
I was under the understanding that they already had a radio at Legion Stand and wanted us to deliver these to other places.
that you might be right. I'm sorry, it's been a while since I've been working on the logistics.
Darn,
Sounded
that
right
isn't
to
in my
me.
notes, and that bothers me.
Yeah, no, they already have but what he said was,
You are correct.
what he
Yeah,
said was their
I-
computer works just fine. Send computer to other places.
Yeah.
So, we should take the land speeder back to the ship whose name I keep forgetting.
The Studious Vanguard.
That one. Introduce Lyra and Herschel to Wrenches. And then continue on our way, all while getting lovely long rests.
Ah, long rests.
Right?
Yeah, sure. Long rest thing.
If we each split up and only do an hour of driving, we can get what?
So many soldiers underneath it.
Yeah.
You can slaps top of transport. You can fit so many soldiers under here.
I mean, two of us don't have to sleep as much as the other three.
Oh yeah,
Who are you
two of us
referring
don't
to?
need to get back all our spell slots.
yes.
I'm sorry, I'm not entirely certain of who you're referring to there, John.
No, I am pooped. I can't wait to get a whole solid 8 hours as
That's one of them.
Well, no. I was
That was what I needed to.
No, I'm talking about Mark 7 and Herschel, because if I knew that Dr. Vider, as far as I'm aware, Dr. Vider needs just as much sleep as I do. So
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
I do as well.
Love this
I
coffee.
do as hang on.
do you guys?
Who says Tree Man don't sleep?
Do you guys? I thought Warforge, like, yeah,
they power down.
Oh, they don't actually sleep, but yeah, no, that's fair.
No,
No.
they power down.
But I do spend 6
They
hours
go inactive.
basically recharging.
Yeah,
They could shave 2 hours off, but that's not a significant
exactly.
difference.
2 hours less.
Well, 2 hours driving. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose just one behind the wheel. We'll get even further.
That's the
Could you imagine?
updates.
Could you imagine if Mark 7 behind the wheel of the speeder just pointed it in the right direction and then went to sleep?
It's the worst Tesla I've ever been in.
Mark,
Coming
tree,
through.
tree.
Crunch. Still driving.
The hilarious thing is that you're actually still aware while you're in rest mode.
Oh yeah. I
Oh, you
can't
just don't
speak to
care
it.
enough to get out of wet. Oh yeah, good.
I can see and hear. I just can't do anything.
Oh, you know what? I've got it. I'll just cast mending every about 20 minutes.
It's just like you just sit there and you put your foot on the gas and then you go into rest mode and you're just watching the vehicle slowly careen off the side of the road.
I was under the impression that Barkfolk didn't need to sleep. I apologize. Never mind. Ignore
No,
that.
they're plants. They are not machines like Warforged are. They still need sleep.
I know that I technically don't need to sleep, so I don't get exhaustion. But how do I do a long rest?
You just take a rest. You don't have to sleep, but you have to take light activity for 8 hours.
For 8 hours, okay.
Does driving count as light activity?
No.
So we
Someone
long
who has to
rest.
drive long distances
we-
for work? No.
We long rest,
You know what?
then drive. Long rest.
I don't know,
Well-
John. You tell me. Does driving count as light activity?
I
Considering our
mean,
3-day drive.
I will also say this. I'm literally down 3 hit points, and that's it. I can definitely drive now.
Well,
I don't need a long
We
rest.
have 2 vehicles.
Yeah,
I'll
one of
drive
us
the
is
other
gonna
one.
have to-
Does one of them have a tow hitch?
No.
Does my speeder have a tow hitch on it?
You know
That's
what?
the list of questions you never expect to say.
Yeah. I will
Say,
say that you could theoretically tow the speeder with the larger vehicle. With the half track.
Where else do you put the truck nuts?
Ah, boy.
You don't. That's the answer.
That's what that's what killed one of those soldiers. He went. He ducked. He ducked.
2d6
Tell us
bludgeoning.
this was a utopian future with no
He,
truck nuts.
he ducked, but he ducked into the truck nuts, and they just murdered him.
I don't think
Oh.
ranchers would put truck nuts on a speeder.
No.
The
She's
speeders,
very much function over form.
the speeders truck nuts
Though
murdered a
probably not
man.
as much as the Imperials.
The speeder teabagged a man to death.
No. I was going to say on the topic of the whole resting thing, the advantage that bark folk get when they rest is that if they rest anywhere where they can put roots down, they automatically eat and drink enough for a whole week.
That's
Whenever
pretty
they
sweet.
rest.
So we rest here, drive, then rest again when we're by the ship.
I can drive us back. I feel good. I had good strong coffee at the settlement this morning. I can drive us back. While the
Really,
rest
I
of you
didn't
get
see you
sleep.
drink anything.
I was doing it while you were taking your notes.
Takes notes.
Very well, Dr. Vito, if you wish to drive, be my guest.
Yes. I'll take a look at the larger vehicle. Can I would assume his familiarity with piloting things is purely civilian. Is it easy enough to figure out, or is it like if I, Craig, climbed into a tank and was like, there are a lot of buttons and levers?
It would be more like if you, Craig, climbed into. I'm trying to think of an appropriate analog.
A half track.
Like,
I mean,
You
I
know,
don't want to put.
you haven't seen the second season of Mandalorian.
I have.
Oh,
but, yeah.
No,
No
others
spoilers. No
others
spoilers.
haven't.
No
but-
spoilers.
not non-spoilers. You know the particular vehicle from the near the end.
Yeah.
That kind of vehicle.
Okay, fair. Yeah, so he will get in and take a look. Can I make a technology check to see if I can figure it out?
Sure. Yeah, like you know the vehicle I'm talking about that has a similar profile to this.
That's
I
a
know
9.
exactly.
So he pokes his head in for a moment and then turns back around and says, Mark 7, could you walk me through where the accelerator is and so forth?
I am less familiar with this than I would like to be, but yes, I will take a look.
Can't wait till I get animate objects and I can just animate the truck and let it drive on its own.
Oh yeah.
So, do I need a tech roll as well?
Yeah, it's Gromy.
I played a bard in a different system, and I used that on a
So
literal bandwagon. It was amazing.
Nice.
So with a
nice.
15, you can point out to him, here's the steering, here are the buttons that'll start the thing up, here's the throttle, like the actual, like it's a bar that you push up and down to adjust the speed of the thing. Rather than having pedals, it has like a throttle bar on the console.
Yeah.
And the various controls you can lay out for him.
I will relay that information since I am bad at words.
Vito will pay close attention and sort of when Mark 7 is finished showing Vito the general layout and is ready to do so, we'll slide into the driver's seat and sort of puts his hands out on the steering apparatus and on the thrust control and says, yeah, well, we have a basic understanding of the mechanics and a wide open area without any significant obstacles. It's the best possible combination for learning.
Crunch tree.
There's a river right there.
How did you hit the tree? Look at the space we have.
Accidentally puts it in reverse and just demolishes this pavilion right behind.
Learning. I was learning. So yeah. So are we ready to depart?
I believe so.
Yeah.
We have everything we need for suitable disguises, even if only two of us can read them.
Is it? I assume as long as the rest of us get a rundown on what our names will be, that shouldn't be too much of a problem.
I spend an hour and 10 minutes casting Find Familiar.
This is literally like my daughter like running around and getting stuffed animals before we leave for a trip.
Aw.
You
No,
should have done it ahead of time.
I'm doing that in the vehicle.
Oh, okay.
I really
alright.
like the idea of the owl appearing in front of the car and then you having to do it again.
Hang on, do I even have enough? Actually, no, I can't. I don't have the materials for it. Never mind.
What does it take?
Incense.
It requires
10 gold worth of like incense.
10
and...
gold worth of charcoal,
Oh.
incense, and herbs that must be consumed by fire in a brass brazier.
Yeah, you're not burning that in the back of the seat.
I don't have a brass brazier or the 10 gold worth of charcoal, incense, and herbs.
I mean, you
Okay,
give me a
good, so you
minute, I
can't
can whip you up a
hotbox us.
brazier. But we're not going to smell like patchouli the whole ride, all right?
Please. It's high quality herbs and incense.
High quality paper and ink.
High quality paper. I've got that. I've got 250 gold worth of high quality paper and ink. Thank you very much.
Oh, perfect.
How much are human remains worth if you burn them again?
Oh,
What?
How did that elicit an O?
I don't know.
I should have grabbed some charcoal.
That's what I'm We made our
All right.
Oh well.
So this has been a fun drive.
So we are taking a long rest while this is happening, yes?
I am.
Yeah, I think it'll be.
Just wanting to click the slots remaining buttons back up on my...
Yes, you
Spell
can all
sheet.
take a long rest.
Oh, look at that. Got all my hit dice back. Got all my spells back. I can make a scroll.
Honestly, nothing about me changes mechanically because I ended that fight with 3 focus points. Again, I need to fix that up.
So
I was
any
good to go
trouble
an
finding our
hour
way?
after.
All right, so as you all make your way back, we will, as you arrive back at the Studious Vanguard, we will end for the week.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.